Hello everyone, welcome back to Learning Science Q&A. We are here again with chapter 1, class 9, Matter in Our Surroundings. So students, today we are starting with class 9 syllabus chapter 1, which is Matter in Our Surroundings. So let's see about the introduction. Every material which is found in this universe is made up of matter. Whether you say stone, cloud, stars, plant, your pencil box, your mobile, everything is made up of matter. And matter have mass and they occupy space. As per Indian philosopher of olden time, who classified matter in the form of five basic elements named as Panchatattva, which were air, earth, fire, sky, and water. Though these Panch Tattva theory is relevant till date, but as per modern classification, matter can be classified based on their physical property and chemical properties. So we would be looking into the physical and chemical property based classification of matter in today's lecture. Now, matter is made up of particles. Based on this part, you can get a question. Suppose when dash of salt is dissolved in say 100 ml of water, there is no increase in volume observed. Now, what characteristics of matter is illustrated by this observation? Now, this question is based on the activity which is given in your NCRT. Suppose I am writing it as the 40 gram of salt is being mixed in the 100 ml of water. But still you see no increase in the volume of water. So what could be the reason why you don't observe any change? Now the reason behind is seen based on this figure which is given here. Now just see, we have a water and water is composed of its own particle, right? When you are adding some portion to it in the form of salt or say sugar, sugar and salt are getting mixed up with water, yet you don't see any considerable amount of increase in the volume. Now, the reason behind this is that particles of water have space, and these space allow sugar or salt particle to fit into it without increasing the overall volume, right? Suppose if you are having salt or sugar, any solid you can take which makes the homogeneous mixture. So the particle of the sugar or salt, they fit into the space which are made by the particles of water. So we don't find any increase in the overall volume of the water. Now, as you can see in the second figure, that solid, liquid, and gases, we have the particle present in all three kind of matter, and the space is maximum in case of gases, and it is intermediate in case of liquid, and very least in case of solid. So, liquid is having space in between the particle wherein the solid particles can go and fit. Coming to next concept, particles of matter are really small beyond your or my imagination. They are really, really small things. Now the question can arise from this: how small are these particles of water, matter? Now just see one more example. If you drop few crystal of potassium permanganate in 100 ml of water. First of all, say 100 ml of water is taken and few crystal of potassium permanganate KMNO4 is added to 100 ml of water. We see a coloration pinkish in color is formed, right? Now that means very few crystal of KMNO4 are able to produce pink coloration. Now you can take 10 ml from this solution which is pinkish in this in shade, and it is added to the fresh 100 ml of water which was not having any KMNO4 or potassium permanganate added. Now you see the color is faded, a little bit faded, but still it is able to produce color. Now this step is further repeated. Again 10 ml from the second beaker is taken and added to a fresh 100 ml of water. Again we see the development of pink color, but it is little more faded. Now this process continues till the fifth time. Now what could be the reason? First thing we can say that only few crystal of potassium permanganate are sufficient to color large volume of water. Now this color do fades when we are diluting it further, but it is visibly producing another shade of pink color which is slightly fairer than the earlier. This shows that tiny particles which are making the crystals of potassium permanganate are keep on dividing, and they are producing color during the repeated dilution of the water. Coming to what are some important characteristics of matter, or you can say what are some important characteristics of particles which are making matter. Now, particle of matter have a space between them. Whether it's solid, liquid, or gas, all particle of matter will have certain degree of space present between them. Particles of matter attract each other. Again, if we are talking about solid, liquid, or gas, there would be certain degree of attraction between the three state of matter. Also, particles of matter are in a state of continuous motion, or they are continuously moving. Now, looking into the figure one more time, particle of matter have space between them. We can have several questions coming in the examination from this single figure or based on this single figure. Now particle of matter have space between them. You can see from the figure that the space is maximum in case of the particle of gases. It is intermediate in case of the liquid, and it is least in case of solid. So this should be the order while arranging the matter in terms of the space between them. Coming to the particles of matter attract each other. Again, force of attraction is highest in case of solid. This is the reason why particles are aligned so close to each other that they are not allowed to move freely. Attraction force is intermediate in case of liquid, and it is least in case of gases. This is the reason why while you are opening a bottle of perfume or a deodorant, it reaches several feet away without any effort. Next is particle of matter are in a continuous motion. Gases have a highest moving capacity, followed by liquid, and solids are so tightly packed. Particles in solid are so tightly packed that they are not moving much. Whenever there are chances of movement, they only vibrate at their own places. Now, why this is possible? The reason behind all three characteristics is the interparticular force or the intermolecular force. Now, this intermolecular force is the force which is acting between the two particles of the matter. In case of gases, it is the least. In case of liquid, it is the intermediate, and in case of solid, it is the highest one. Now, the reason why, what makes the particle move continuously. Now, the particles have their own capacity to move, and we are saying that particles of matter are continuously moving. This is because they have kinetic energy. And when the temperature rises, that means if the substance is heated, the particle start moving even more faster. And this kinetic energy increases with the increase in temperature. That means the movement which is shown by the particles of matter can be increased when the temperature increased is introduced. Now, what are the consequences of this movement of the particle? While moving, when matter have their particles moving continuously, there are chances that they can intermix with their own particle or even with each other. Now, how this happens? The way salt got mixed up in the water. These particles are having space between them. So, while moving, and if the temperature is provided to them, they tend to move even more faster, and that increases their chances of getting intermixed with each other. Now, this automatic intermixing is known as diffusion. Always remember, diffusion also increases with the increase in temperature. So, two things we need to remember from here, that particles of matter possess the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy dependent on temperature, it is directly proportional to the rise in temperature, and moving particle can get mixed up with their own or with each other because they are having space between them. This intermixing is known as diffusion. Now, coming to what are the different states of matter, there's nothing new. We already know that we have solids, liquid, and gases. Coming to the specific characteristics that can be seen in case of these different states of matter. When we talk about the solid, we solids have specific shape. They have distinct boundary. That means they have specific shape and size. Their volume is also fixed. Their particle or the particle which are making a solid have less kinetic energy, or if you are comparing it with liquid and gases, we'll say they have the least kinetic energy. Also, the force of attraction between the particle of solid is the maximum. So, these two parameters you always need to remember, that what kind of kinetic energy these particles are possessing and what level of force of attraction is working between those particles. So, always remember solid have the least kinetic energy among their particles. Also, the force of attraction is maximum in the solids. Coming to the liquid, liquid do have a fixed volume, but they do not have a fixed shape. We have seen that in whatever container we put liquid, they take the shape of that container. We can say that force of attraction in case of the particle of liquid is definitely less than that of solid. That means particle in liquid are less tightly bound. Also, the spaces between the particle in liquid is relatively high, is relatively more. This is the reason they are flowy in nature. They are easily flowing, and for this reason, they are also known as the fluids. Also, the particle of liquid have comparatively high kinetic energy. Why we are saying this? Because when we compare it with this solid, they do have high kinetic energy, and this keep them moving all the time. Coming to the third state of matter, which is gases. Gases do not have a fixed volume nor a fixed shape. Particle of the gases have the least, or you can say almost no force of attraction acting between them. I gave you one example. Whenever you open one bottle of perfume, the smell reaches feet away, even meters away, without making any special effort. Gases have large number of spaces between their particles. This is the reason they can be easily compressed, and they can be fitted, or you can say they can be put into small containers. Different gases have an ability to diffuse into each other. Just because space between them is relatively high, or you can say they have the maximum space between their particle, so different gases can get mixed up with each other at a very high rate. Also, the kinetic energy in the particle of gases is maximum. This is the reason why they can move freely in any direction. Now we can say that are there chances that matter diffuse into liquid? Is it possible that solid is diffusing into liquid, or liquid is diffusing into liquid, or gases are diffusing into liquid? We have already seen the example of solid diffusing into liquid, right? So, yes, other matter can diffuse into liquid. It may be solid, liquid, or gases. Reason we have given in the very first slide, that there is a space present between the particles of liquid, which gives a room to solid, liquid, or gases to fit into it. Now we have some example where other state of matter are diffusing into liquid. We have solid into liquid, mixing sugar in water or salt in water or even tea. Liquid into liquid, mixing ink in water, or in case of gases into liquid, presence of oxygen and carbon dioxide in water, that is the dissolved oxygen which is breathed in by the marine animal. Also, oxygen and carbon dioxide are transported in and out of our body when they are dissolved into the blood. So yes, matter can dissolve into liquid, or you can say they can diffuse into the liquid. So students, in this lecture we are doing till here only. Please like, subscribe and share to this channel. Thank you.